Hello, this is Katie Gamble for another episode of Clarksville's Conversation. We're in a series where we're interviewing different candidates, just getting their take on the views. And I'm with my buddy Charlie Kuhn and my friend Chris Smith, and I'm going to turn it over to Chris to introduce today's guest.
Hi, today we have with us one of the candidates for House District 67, John Dawson, who's the Republican candidate for the district, which includes a large chunk of the city of Clarksville. Hi, Mr. Dawson. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me this morning.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Dawson. It's good to see you this morning. And let's jump right in and talk about education and where you stand on the school vouchers and any other education reform ideas that you have.
Okay, I am not for the school voucher program. That's short and simple on that one. I think we need to look at our school systems and figure out where we can improve and what we can do to empower our teachers to perform the best that they can to get our students up to the point where they need to be. This is bringing in, to me, it's one of those deals that we need to look at the school, like I said, and understand where we are failing. What our teachers, we need to listen to our teachers and understand how we retain them, for one, how we can get them the better pay that they need, because they do put in an extraordinary amount of hours. We need to look at the growth within the community and factor that in as part of our school growth programs. But I think we need to look at, from a state representative perspective, I need to look at working with the school systems, working with the community, but also partnering with outside businesses that we may potentially bring in here that will partner with our school systems to bring in higher tech jobs. That will bring in the jobs for the parents, as well bring in the technology that our schools need and the resources to potentially pay for those resources.
All righty, thank you. Healthcare is a hot topic and an extremely important issue. So talk to us about where you stand on Medicaid expansion and what are some ideas that you have to provide affordable health care?
Medicaid expansion, I'm really not for at this time. We have TennCare here in the state. We need to look at one of those things, as I said, why are we having to put more people on this? Why do we need to expand it more? Is this cost of living? Is this children in the homes? There's a lot of factors that go into this, that it's not just a matter of coming out and digging for more. What do we have currently in our programs that we need to better streamline, make more efficient? I know we had the telehealth bill that went through the House during the special session. Does that provide for better resources for the community? Is it captured now as part of TennCare? That would be one I would have to go back and look at, honestly.
Alrighty, and sort of in the same vein with healthcare, the coronavirus response, a lot of states have had different approaches to the pandemic. What do you think of Tennessee's response, and is there anything that you would think we should do differently or better?
You know, that's a tough one. We have had a lot of different information put out on the coronavirus. Tennessee, and I'm sticking within Tennessee because that's just where we are. We have taken a lot, and I have to give it to the governor for giving it to each one of the counties themselves. We want less government. He gave out a mandate for the state and each one of the respective governments to have that say in how they address the situation. I'm sorry I stuttered there. I had a tooth done the other day. But our local governments know what's best for our communities. They know what's going on. Yes, the guidelines are out there. We need to stay. Our county health department has done a great job of informing us, but we need to watch those numbers, and us as a community need to be able to be the ones that call these calls in the run.
Well, those were the three topics that we really wanted to address in today's podcast. But before we kind of close out, are there any other campaign issues that you feel that voters need to keep in mind before they go to the ballots in November?
There's so many in my mind right now. I'm trying to flush some of them out, but one of our big issues up there is our growth within Clarksville and Montgomery County. And I know that's been a topic for our city council members. We do have growth. We know it's imminent. We need to look at how we provide for our downtown area. District 67 has 8 major state roads through it currently. Our downtown area, we want it to grow, but we also need to be able to provide better travel, transportation, movement in that area. So we need to look at bumping the 374 interchange up, and I know there's some that are against it because of the county side of it across the river. But if anybody's been downtown during Christmas or during New Year's, during the 4th of July, Riverfest, which are all great events, it can take up to 45 minutes to an hour to get out of downtown, and that's what we're at right now. This would help alleviate some of that traffic for coming around on the backside of Fort Campbell, pulling some of those big trucks off of Boot Hill, the Providence area as well. It would make travel times, it would give us a second access to the area instead of Boot Hill being blocked up for 20, 30 minutes of traffic. But we also need to look at expanding 24. This is a fight that we need to come to together. Nashville has got multi-lanes going in and out of it now. Why can Clarksville not have that? It's just like exit 6 at Tenova. The ambulances either have to get off down at 8 or come all the way up to 4 to get off to get back to Tenova. We need to look at that medical response time in there as well. So those are some of the bigger topics that I would like people to look at.
Well, Mr. Dawson, we realize and agree that these are definitely challenging times for our community and for our country. So we appreciate you coming on here today. And even more than that, we commend you on your willingness to run and, kind of help guide us in the right direction. So thank you for your willingness to serve.
Thank you, ma'am.